Okay everyone, so it's time to do the next section of our story, innovating it to now be about someone who goes to a cave. So I have first of all done today's short day in the margin, ready for the next part of the story. I've got my plan set out at the start underneath my book, just with the paragraph that I'm doing first poking out. Okay, so we're up to the point where in the manor house, Lara perches on the edge of the fountain to take a photo of what she thinks she's seen. Okay, so my plan is that my character James is inside the cave now and he waits to see something. So he's sitting on a rock and he's going to use his phone rather than a camera to record a video this time of what it is that he's seen. So I've said, nervously, James perched on the most comfortable rock he could find, took out his phone and looked into the darkness. It was here that he had first seen it. This time he would be ready with his phone to record whatever it was he had seen. So if we look at our toolkits, we said it was really important to include our character's feelings and to have empty words in this section. So empty words, let's do that first. Okay, I've got the it. It was here he had first seen it. I don't know what that is, and I've magpied that from the Lara story. Okay, then in the next part, I've said he's ready to record whatever it was he had seen. I'm still not being specific about what it is that James has seen. So I'm still building that suspense. Okay, at the start of my paragraph, I've got nervously, which shows how James is feeling. And I've got him perching on a rock. He's not sitting comfortably. Okay, he's perched on the edge, ready to jump up and record whenever he sees this thing. Okay, you do your paragraph. It should be a really simple one this time. Okay, and then we'll be ready to do the next one in a moment. Okay, so you should have done that paragraph and now we're ready to do the next part. Okay, so I've got my plan here ready. We're up to the part where the threat arrives. Okay, so Lara sees the shadow and she hears noises in the woods. Okay, I'm still going to let my character see a shadow. It's going to be at the back of the cave and he's going to hear the crunch of rocks and one is going to skid across the floor. Okay, I've got my character actions here to include in the text. Empty words, that's a shadow. Okay, it's still not telling me what it is that's making that shadow. Okay, and my main character is going to be in the dark still. So there's my toolkit features that we said were going to be really important. So he's going to be in the depths of the cave. And again, a shadow means that it's dark, doesn't it? So this is what I came up with. After a few minutes, he heard the wind scream in the entrance of the cave and a water droplet as cold as ice trickled down James's back. James shivered. Deep in the darkness, the rocks clattered. A small pebble skidded across the hard cave floor. What was that? James gasped. Holding his breath, he turned towards the back of the cave. James saw a shadow move out of the corner of his eye. Okay, so I've still got my fronted adverbial there. Tell me when something happened. I've also got a bit of personification, which you will have done for the starter activity today. So maybe you could challenge yourself to use some personification here of something that James could hear or see. I've got a simile. The water droplet as cold as ice trickled down his back. Okay, I've also included some speech. Okay, don't worry too much about that because we're going to cover this in our grammar lessons over the next few days. So if you're not feeling too confident right now, you could leave that and always add it in when we've done those grammar lessons. Okay, then I've got my character's feelings and actions here. He's holding his breath because he's nervous. Okay, again, we've got that shadow moving, so that's an empty word. Okay, I've got the fronted adverbial here, deep in the darkness. So that's making my character be in the dark. Okay, don't forget to use everything that's on your plans. You shouldn't be really thinking up any new ideas today. Everything should be on your plan for you. I look forward to seeing how your stories progress today.